책임감이 많을 거예요. STX 같은 경우는 스타 1 실력이 그동안 안 좋았었기 때문에 이번에도 스타 1에서 또 패배를 하게 되면
And we're gonna have Trap
안 좋은 얘기들을
playing a PvP.
선수는 지금 현재 팀
Oh, nice. I actually like Frugal PvP.
네, 가장 잘 나갔던 이 팀에서 가장 잘 나갔던
Unlike
조성호 선수가
StarCraft 2 PvP. Actually, I like playing StarCraft 2 PvP.
에이스 결정도 같은
That's because I do silly builds.
세트 나오는 것도 상당히 안성맞춤이다.
So yeah.
생각이 듭니다.
Anyway.
조성호 선수와 경기를 펼칠 T1의 선수는 바로 이 선수입니다.
Hey, look at that! Do you guys see that? I totally called it. I was like, hey, it's sun in the booth. And boom, it's sun. Well, it says rain on the screen, but they're lying. It's actually sun. You know, it's like the weatherman. He never gets it right. Like, oh, 60% chance of rain. It's not raining, motherfucker! It's not raining! He said 60% chance. I bet weathermen, like, they must be horrible gamblers or something. They probably play, like, whenever they play poker, they probably get sucked out on, like, every single hand. You know what I'm saying? You know, they like go all in on the flop and then the other guy hits runner or some shit. It's like, no, it's never right. Anyway. Alright, set number 3. Who's gonna take the Brood War best of 3? I was gonna say probably Sun, but you know, we'll see. It's PvP, can be kind of coin flippy. It's like we're gonna be on ground 0. Trap's gonna be bottom right as the orange Protoss. And so Sun will be bottom left as the purple Protoss. So just based on color theory, Trap has the advantage. Orange is in fact the superior color to all except for yellow. That is actually a true fact. Statistically proven. You can actually go look for it on Team Liquid.
뭐 조성호 선수 입장에서도 두려울 게 없는 이런 상황이라고 봐야 될 것 같습니다. 네. 양 팀 간의 다소 왕의 대결입니다.
And nothing fancy from either player. So, since this is a 4-player ramped map, I would assume some kind of 2-gate robos would be the standard. 2-gate obs can go for maybe some kind of DT shenanigans. We'll see. We have seen players generally just go for like, you know, 2-gate obs and then slow revert to expand on this map. It's pretty safe, it's pretty standard. Good times. There is Sun. Is he just me or does it look like there's like something under his hair at the front? Is he like wearing a wig and it's like sticking up the front? Is that... Wait a minute. Hold on, that looked a little bit weird there. Maybe this is like lighting or something. It definitely looked like there's something living under his hair. Or he's got... Oh, or it's like you know how like, you know, women put stuff in their bra to make their breasts look bigger? It's like he put something under his hair to make his hair look bigger. It just looks bizarre now. Anyway, we do have a Gateway Scout for Archer. Was that a Gas Scout? I don't know. Either way, Scout going out for Sun. Not going to go in the correct direction. He actually just checks the 9 o'clock for proxies. That's actually very intelligent. We have seen on this map where some players will just take a risk and just proxy at either the 9 or the 3 o'clock expansions, like proxy 2 gateways, and just hope that their players on their opponents on the other side of the map. We just saw a funny game like that recently. I can't remember who was playing, but the guy proxy gateways, but it turned out his opponent spawned vertically, so it was actually turned out to like be horrible for him. Anyway.
때문에라도 이제 토스전에서 정찰 자체를 좀 늦게 가는 것이 추세인데 그런 그 말씀해 주신 대로 전략적인 승부를 걸 가능성이 있는 대상이기 때문에
looks like he's gonna scout cross? No, he's gonna scout top right. Oh, wait. Nope, false alarm. So the first zealot's gonna get out and it's gonna block any scouting. Interestingly, it looks like Sun actually skipped the first zealot. I do like that choice on 4-player ramped maps to skip the first zealot. It's very unlikely that you're facing any kind of 2-gate zealot, so I think it's a very nice little shortcut you can take to get your tech out a little bit faster. Doesn't make a huge difference, but you know, any little bit counts.
조금 더 부유할 수밖에는 없어요. 프로브 자체가 안 나갔으니까.
그렇죠. 네.
예, 하나 정도밖에는 차이가 안 난다고 하더라도 예, 그 차이가 분명히 존재하고 있다라는 것 자체는 조성호 선수에게
Second gateway
일이죠.
on the way for trap.
게이트.
네. 조금 더 빨리 올라갈 수 있는
Pylon for Sun. That makes me feel like he's going for a 1-gate robo. He's built that pylon a little bit closer to his ramp. Can stick a robo there at the top of his ramp, and then get Reavers out ASAPly to his natural.
반응이 예술인데요.
We shall see if that is the case. He's going to have to be a little bit careful. He's going to be quite a bit behind on the Dragoon count here going into the mid game, or I guess still kind of in the early game. But you know, so got to make sure he doesn't get his Reaver sniped or anything. Oh, wow! I can't believe he didn't get that probe. I thought he would have got that probe for sure. It looks like he actually tried to intercept it with his own probe on the way back, but oh, he is going to get it. Okay, Dragoons are slightly faster than Workers. And, oh, is he going to lose his own probe? Oh, he's trying to run around the cliff. Oh, he saves it. Saves it, nice. And indeed, there is the robo at the top of the ramp. Calling it like a boss. Oh, yeah.
앞쪽으로 압박을 가해줘야 되겠죠.
자, 갈립니다. 정윤정 선수는 게이트웨이 소환을
Anyway,
안 했고요.
second gateway as well. So it is just going to be a 2-gate robo, as expected from Sun. Trap, has he got any tech yet? He's got a 2-gate robo as well. Look at that. 2-gate robo from both players. Awesome. Now it is slightly different orders. So Sun went gate robo gate, and Trap went gate gate robo. So obviously, Trap will have a few more Dragoons out earlier on, whereas Sun will have the faster Reaver tech, which he's most likely going for.
서로 간의 초반 압박 싸움에서는 당연히 게이트웨이가 먼저 올라간 쪽이 드라군 하나가 더 많기 때문에 이득을 볼 수밖에 없습니다.
네, 그리고 본진 위에 올라가서 막는 건 상당히 좋네요. 로보틱스가 내가 빠르기 때문에 굳이
Looks like, wow, Trap actually wants to put on some pressure here. I guess he sniffs out that the Dragoon count is slightly lower for Sun, but with that ramp advantage, there's no way that he can actually bust that. I mean, he has a Zealot there to tank damage, but it's like not gonna work. And interestingly, Sun actually pulls back quite far from his ramp. I think he's got to man up a little more and just hold that ramp. Hold that ramp, Sun. Just hold that ramp. It'll be fine. Anyway, looks like he is getting a support bay now. Probably got the shuttle first. Not just gonna go straight for Reavers and just have slow Reavers. Meanwhile, got his own probe into Trap's space, but doesn't really see anything because Trap's kind of kept all his buildings there on the side, away from the ramp. So I really think both players are just going to expand here, and we're going to see a very passive early game. Just kind of tech up. I mean, we might see some fancy Reaver harass, but I don't know. See, the thing is, if both players expand right now, I don't think they'll really Reaver harass just yet. Yeah, both players are in fact expanding. They'll just leave their Reavers at home for defense. However, there is an observer going out for Sun. So if he sees what Trap is doing, if he sees the expansion, if he realizes, you know, okay, Trap's actually also expanding, he's going to be defensive as well, he might try and go for some Reaver harass of his own, since he knows there's no threat of a big attack coming in. Meanwhile, it looks like nice little observer pathing there for Sun, kind of dodging Trap's observer, making sure his own observer does get all the way to the natural there, see what's going on. Meanwhile, Trap moving out with his Dragoon Force and his observer there. I wonder if he was just hoping that he would catch Sun's observer. Yeah, it looks like he's actually stopped in the middle. I can't imagine he's really going to go and try and be too aggressive with these Dragoons. Although, having said that, it looks like, oh, wait, no, he's going to move back down. I feel like he was just trying to snipe an observer. And now just going to pull his Dragoons back, let his own observer get out there. But unfortunately for him, his own base has already been scouted by Sun's observer. And it's like both players kind of having the observers chill over the natural. Both players aware that the other guy has expanded. Third gateway now for Sun. No third gateway just yet for Trap, but that's fine. Looks like he transferred some probes a little bit too early there. And I wonder if that means Sun is going to kind of slow down on his Reaver production now that he's got the extra gateway. I mean, both players basically are in the same economic situation, so considering Trap hasn't got his third gateway, I guess he's just going to keep pumping Reavers here, whereas Sun may be going to slow down there for a bit. Looks like, oh, he is aware that Oz is probably there. Did he miss that? I could have sworn that was in range. Oh man, was that really not in range? That had to have been in range. Wow, apparently that wasn't. Alright, so Sun checking actually above his natural foreign observer, but doesn't actually see it. Now moving out with his Dragoons, but there is one Reaver out already waiting there with the natural, so I mean, I don't think this attack will work too well. He is bringing his own Reaver with a shuttle, but now there's two Reavers out. Now the thing is though, there's no shuttle for Trap, and there's no shield battery either, so he doesn't really have anything to micro or to support the Reavers. He's just gonna have to get his good shots off, and then that'll be it. But he's also got a lot of supporting Dragoons, and I really don't think that Sun can do a frontal attack, but it looks like instead he's going to distract Trap by putting on Dragoon pressure at the front while simultaneously going for a Reaver drop at the back of the natural. This is a very intelligent move, very Gosu multitasking here, but it looks like, is it going to work? Oh, that mineral line is very easy to harass. It's pressed against the cliff, but no, it looks like Sun has decided actually it's not worth the risk. He is just going to pull back. Of course, losing that initial shuttle and Reaver would be pretty terrible there, and he did see some Dragoons in position, so does not want to risk that. Meanwhile, getting a forge in his base while Trap gets his third gateway finally. And wait, is that shuttle actually have speed? Uh-oh, looks like we have a speed shuttle from Trap heading along the south side. We could see some really nice Reaver harass right now. He has an observer in the main base of Sun that sees no forces in position to intercept this. Oh man, he's actually looking around. I think he might have seen that pylon on the bottom. Can he go in from the north side? There are some Dragoons now in position on the ramp of Sun. But are they going to be in time? That speed shuttle is really fast. I swear to God, if the stream dies while there's like a huge Reaver harass, I'm going to be so mad. Please do not die, stream. For the love of God, show us a lot of probe deaths. Reaver! Gets a few probe kills there, but damn. Nice probe split there from Sun. Sending half his probes to his natural, half of them just kind of running around at the bottom there. Oh my God! Oh no! Getting some more. Oh, he's gonna be careful. He's gonna get intercepted. Oh, he's gonna get. No, he doesn't get away. The shuttle goes down with the Reaver inside, but he did get a few good scarabs off there. I don't know if that was worth it though. He maybe got 8 to 10 probe kills. Not the most probe kills in the world. And we are still lagging like crazy here. I'm so sorry about this. It makes me just as sad as you guys see all this lag. Lagu. Anyway, so now Traps decides to move out a little bit. He does have a slight supply lead, 92 against 83, but I don't think he really has enough to break Sun. I think he's just trying to take advantage of this momentary advantage. He's taking advantage of his advantage. Excellent analysis, Artosis. Why, thank you, Davis. I think I'm losing my mind. I'm starting to talk to myself. Anyway, high tempos are out now for Sun. And a bunch of gateways actually going up for Trap now as well. Looks like, actually, oh, just gonna make this into an Archon, not gonna get Storm. That's interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Looks like cannon in the natural mineral line and in the main mineral line. I like this a lot. Now that he's got his own Templar tech up, of course there's the risk that Trap also has Templar tech up, and one random DD could easily sneak into a base and kill a billion probes, of course, since there is no warning when a DT is one-shotting all your workers. So a very, very smart move to get at least one photon cannon in every mineral line in a PvP. So it's like, oh, observer of Sun going to the top right and a probe of Trap going to the top left. Both players actually scouting for hidden expos at exactly the same time. Very, very interesting stuff here. Man, is this like the standard hidden expo timing or something that I don't know about? Is there like some standard, point in the game where you're supposed to go take a random expo in the corner? Because that is news to me. That's certainly news to me. Anyway, looks like another probe going out here. Trump seems to be very active with these probe scouts. I actually quite like it. It looks like he's setting up to take the 3 o'clock base as well, and Sun, having seen that, is going to take that as his cue to attack. Now, those 2 Archons, actually wait, 4 Archons now could actually play a huge role here. Only 1 Archon out for Trap. He does have a Dark Templar though, and is there an Observer with this army? If there's no Observer with this army, that Dark Templar will do an insane amount of damage. The Reaver is also going to do a lot of damage here, but this army composition from Sun, I feel like it's a little bit stronger with those 4 Archons and more Zealots, and it looks like, oh, here we go! Going in for the attack, the Archon's taking a lot of damage, with the Reavers in the front doing a ton of damage as well. splashing all of these Zealots. He's going to pick up the Reavers as well, doing some decent micro. Is it going to be enough for Sun? He's got his own Reavers down. He snipes the shuttle of Trap, and it looks like he will actually push Trap's forces back. No, Trap comes in with some Zealot reinforcements, and that DT doing so much damage at the front there. There's no observer for Sun, and looks like Trap is actually going to take everything out. He actually snipes the shuttle, the Reaver. The two Reavers are all going to go down. Looks like gets a nice big scarab on the Zealots, but it doesn't matter. The Reaver goes down, and Trap takes the battle here. Sun in a bit of trouble, morphing another Archon at his natural. But, you know, Trap's got his 3 o'clock base up and running. Sun is something, I think he just is a probe at the 9 o'clock, not going to be able to get that 3rd base up. So Trap, you know, he won the first engagement. He's ahead economically now, or he will be shortly when he starts mining from that expansion. And I don't really see what Sun can do here. Does he have at least have an upgrade advantage or something? I don't think he has any advantage. I mean, okay, no, looks like he does have plus 1, whereas Trap has no upgrade. But the thing is, I mean, you know, it was so weird because that unit composition from Sun I feel like was better. He had more Zealots and more Archons, which once you get to the mid and late game, those are actually much better than just having, you know, a bunch of Dragoons. But the Reavers of Trap did so much damage, and Sun's Reavers were kind of a little bit late to the party there, and I think he might have only had 1 actually. Wasn't quite sure. But either way, not looking good for SKT fans here. Oh man, what a reversal from last season, where SKT would be dominating STX. Now it's like SKT is on the ropes. Well, not really on the ropes yet, of course. This is just the first Brood War best of 3. Even if SKT loses this, they still have some games left in StarCraft 2 where they can make a comeback. In the meantime, the supply count is actually evened out a little bit, but I think it's just partially because you know, 3rd base is already done for Trap. He's just kind of macroing up a little bit. And, oh, look at this little Archon block on the ramp to stop the DT from going in. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I assume it was intentional, because otherwise making an Archon on your ramp is a bit of a mistake. Just blocking your own units, so I feel like that was intentional. Meanwhile, just a big attack going in for Trap here. The DT continuing to be super annoying. I think he should actually hold position at DT on the ramp just to stop reinforcements, and it's very difficult to notice for Trap, but it looks like we are going to have the big fight. That one Reaver, is it going to do much? Not too much, and actually, well, it's going to be close here. No, this time Sun is going to take the battle, so bit of a back and forth game here. DT apparently not as effective this time. And looks like both players kind of, you know, trading armies back and forth. Gonna back up once again. Gonna take it easy. They've both got their side expansions. And Sun, I mean, you know, even though he took some damage from the Reaper Craft, he lost the first engagement, I think he's still looking okay here. Definitely not out of it. Meanwhile, though, another drop going into the 9 o'clock base. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be a Storm drop? No, it's gonna be an Archon Zealot DT drop. That is one of the most random drop compositions I have ever seen in my life. 1 Zealot, 1 Archon, and 1 Dark Templar. Has anybody actually seen that drop? What on earth? That was weird. Anyway, it looks like DT is going to grab a couple more probe kills before getting taken down. Excuse me. So it looks like the shuttle saved the Archon buddy. Very crucial to keep these Archons alive, by the way. Obviously very, very gas heavy, you can't really reproduce them easily. And they actually are so ridiculously effective in these big unit engagements. You know, a lot of you know, lower level Pratosses will make the mistake of continuing on Mass Dragoon production for too long, because the early / mid game of PvP is generally just Mass Dragoon Reaver. But once you get to this late game situation, as you can see for both these players, the much more efficient composition is just a Speedlot Archon with Storms and Reaver supporting, and just a handful of Dragoons to like pick off shuttles and whatnot, and you know, add damage from the back. But basically you want like as many Archons as you can, and then fill in the rest of your army with Zealots. That is the super strong composition, and you can see both the players going for that right now. Like a lot of people will say, oh, you know, why is that good? You know, Reavers are really good against Zealots, but you know, Reavers get pretty demolished by Storms. In the late game, Storm Tech is far superior to Reaver Tech, so you know, it's not really a big threat. And storming your opponent's Zealots is an insanely difficult thing to do. Most times you either just splash your own units as well, or you just miss entirely. It's almost, well, it's not almost impossible, but it's very, very difficult to like judge a storm positioning correctly so that you only damage your opponent's Zealots when they're fighting your Zealots. So yeah, just makes big Zealot Archon balls a lot easier to use.
자, 좋은
Anyway,
좀 먼저 때려주겠다는 이런
looks like
생각이죠.
Crab moving in once again. He does have a very slight supply advantage, but at this point in the game, it's more about positioning and you know, spell usage and Reaver control and whatnot. But anyway, here we go, the big engagement. There's only one Reaver in that shuttle. A lot of Archons for both players, and looks like actually there was a Reaver at the back that got picked off. But no, actually two Reavers in that shuttle, but the shuttle does get taken down. Sun, he's moving in with his Dragoons, trying to snipe these two Reavers. He does get one of the Reavers. I actually can't really tell whose Archons are whose right now, but no, looks like Crab actually cleaning up. Easy peasy, 4 Dragoons and 4 Archons and a bunch of Dragoons remaining. Now walking in to the 9 o'clock base here. Sun having to pull probes. Is he actually in a fight with those probes? Probes on Archons is not really a fair fight. And Trap looks very happy. There's the GG from Sun. Trap takes game number 3 here, and STX Seoul will win the Brood War best of 3 in this series. And next we are going to be watching some StarCraft 2 matches, a StarCraft 2 best of 3 followed by a StarCraft 2 ace match if necessary. Well done, Trap.
그런 선수 중에 또 한 명이 조성호 선수거든요. 김도우 선수와 더불어서 이 조성호 선수가 테란과 프로토스 라인을 완벽하게 책임져 줄 수 있을 정도로만 성장을 해준다면 지난 시즌에 김성현 돌풍에 힘입어서 STX 소울팀이 선전을 했었던 것처럼 이번 시즌에도 STX 소울팀이 더 큰 폭발력을 보여줄 수 있을 것 같습니다.
그렇습니다. 조성호 선수, 정윤종 선수 이번 시즌 들어서 양 팀에게 많은 승리를 선사했던 바로 그 선수들의 경기였습니다. 근데 조성호 선수가 그 대결에서 정윤종을 잡아내면서 소울이 전반전을 상대적으로 어려울 것으로 예상됐던 전반전을 잡아내는 데 성공했습니다.
스타투 같은 경우는 웅진 다음으로 2등 정말 잘해주고 있기 때문에 전반전이 항상 문제였었는데 말씀해주신 대로 5승 9패였던 그 전반전에서 승리를 거뒀